Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week I've been reading a book called 52 Lists for Happiness and I've started to fill it in. Basically there is a list for every week throughout the year and you compile a different list in relation to happiness. So there's all sorts of things. So list 6 for example is the things from your past and present that block your happiness, and list 28 lists the projects you've been meaning to work on and finish. List 23, simple ways you enjoy being kind to others. And the one I've been completing this week is list 11, and that's list the things that made you happy as a child. And I just thought I'd share some of them with you. So when I was a child, I loved to play tennis, adore playing tennis. My kids play now, and I was pretty good at tennis, and I had a lot of fun. We used to go down to the local park. We never had any money for lessons, but even so, we'd go down to the local park, and I played in the school team. And I love it, and it's still a big part of my kids' life. I also did ballet, which I was pretty rubbish at really, but I still really enjoyed. I love books. I've always loved books. I used to devour Enid Blyton's books and Agatha Christie books, and even now I belong to a private library, which I really enjoy going to, and I read endlessly. I also liked to write poetry when I was a child, and I don't do that much anymore. I had a couple of poems published when I was younger, and that was really exciting. That's something I'd like to get back to. Art was a big passion of mine. I did art history A-level, and I started an art history degree. Always loved it. Always loved it. I have a couple of original paintings. I have a Quentin Blake, which I just adore, and a couple of other sort of significant pieces of art now, so that's something that has stayed in my life. I love my mum and dad. I was really blessed to have amazing parents. They've both passed away now, but they were amazing, and they made me feel loved and lovable and cared for and secure, and they were welcoming to my friends, and they backed everything I did, and I was absolutely blooming lucky with my parents, and they were a fantastic part of my childhood. My friends, I still have the same friends I grew up with in a large majority of the cases, and that's just ace. A band of boys who were at school with me are like brothers to me now, and my female friends from school are my sisters, and I'm really, really lucky. They've known me all my life, and that's really precious to me. Other things in my childhood that were just awesome include horses. So my auntie kept a horse, and I loved her horse, and I loved going horse riding, and I don't do that anymore, and that's a shame because I think that would still make me happy. I also really enjoyed drawing, and again I don't do that much now except occasionally with my daughter, and that was something I always really enjoyed too. So that's my list. And flowers, of course. Grandad had a lot of roses in his garden. My gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous granddad, who I saw every day of my life. I'd go there before school, I'd go there after school, and he was fun and funny and loving and kind, and he was just ace, and I loved him, and he had a beautiful garden, and to this day I love flowers and gardens, and they make me very, very happy. So writing my happy list has tapped me back into stuff from my childhood that, well, it just makes me beam really. And on a grey day, like today, that's just fantastic. I think I should perhaps bring a bit more of that back into my everyday life. There's some things that I've really missed, particularly the horse riding, and maybe the art and the drawing are some things I need to keep in. But some things have stayed with me, like my friendships and my confidence from my parents and their love. There's a wonderful, wonderful quote in Harry Potter about how a mother's love, when it leaves you, doesn't wound you. It scars you, but it doesn't wound you. But that scar is like a defense against the world for when things go wrong, and I think that's just beautiful. So yeah, my parents stay with me and keep me feeling secure and loved. So that's a really happy thing from my childhood that has stayed with me. So yeah, great book, 52 Lists for Happiness. I would highly recommend it, and I will do some more soon. Take care everyone, have a good week, bye.